All 16 teams.
You can see no chance player with Kazi. This sounds like a good deal. You know, you can see a few tires out there. Of the US try to take 2 tires down. Try to make your opponents a bit onto the weak side by taking down the tires and by destroying the field. Well, Anka might just shot and Munk
Is on low HP where he has the opportunity. Oh, Myunke just barely avoiding getting shot in the shot. So the shot just left out the point of the bullet over there. Is in his favor and take this fight, but the DMR action really pretty deadly and no chance. Kengzo was taken that side of Seal 9 and I'm just gonna need my
well, now talking about down onto the side, you can put that outside the circle. That's where NRC is talking about Team C, like those that zone right now. But talking about the
opportunity, higher probability of individualizing these fights. You can take these fights separately. You necessarily don't have to fight everyone at the same time. That's the beauty of urban warfare in the early stages of this game.
Well, inside they did try to just spray out there. Now the players have to move forward. Talking about SDC, they did lose 2 players, and that's where WMG was looking really good onto their areas for themselves. But right now, let's see what they can do when given more and more chances out there. Because right now the circle is their friend. You can see Markman also really trying to. Take 1% moving up in the close quarters, so Insanity would want to make the best out of the equation. What's a vehicle? He tries to take up the shot. Well, this might just be bad for Momo as Momo is being shot down, but Insanity.
Well, he tries again the star. But I mean, Momo manages to get away from the situation. He misread the situation. They thought Sanity and the other will actually fall back. A little bit, and then move slightly to it's gonna be on the Pochinki area.
Well, actually, the backside of Pochinki, the one that's open, and Pixel, the players are going down. You remember Pakistan that we casted together? That's where the circle was, the opening area behind Pochinki. If you remember that one, this kind of is like that circle, because that's where the zone was just ending. And we'll talk about all those things, but no chance Kazi needs a revive, and we'll have to see if the revive actually happens. As the Insanity onto this side takes on WMG Taco onto the direction, and no chance players still have to just move up from one direction to the other. Meanwhile, Insanity takes down S9 Enki as well, so Seal 9, the players are also in trouble. And talking about trouble, we cannot let go of the fact that Seal 9 and Team Seal, they are contesting for first and the second position.
Hold on to a lot of pressure that's going to befall them in the next few seconds, in the next few minutes, I'm sorry. Anka, he's trying to keep an eye on the horizons, trying to look in every single direction to see where the assault is going to come in. A level of aggression that they are anticipating is going to befall them, but on SXB ranges, the trades, who is the the fight going to favor? There's another team close to team no chance there. They're going to be careful about it. But Max Legends taking a fight against 187. Now 187, they haven't been having a really good time in these finals right now. They've lost out on Beast, but they've managed to surround Max Legends from two different directions.
I mean, they can sandwich the team, but talk about Moray, he's also behind the players of YOLO Strat in this one. That can happen. But if you talk about the teams, you can slowly and steadily forming up, and it's like 15 meters, 16 meters and all those distances. The difference is on and around the areas right now. They're just trying to spot someone, take someone down, and the thing is, again, the circle is not their best of the friends. So obviously zone creating a lot of difference. And, you know, the zone's gonna bite you.
Yeah, definitely the zone is gonna bite you. And this one is gonna smack you in the face a little bit as well. It's the fourth circle after all. But the players of Max Legends, though, they were trying to shoot the beast.
Well, that's just... But hey, Bear everyone goes down. He did lost up a good grenade, and Bear Prince's grenade thing should be just arriving. But right now, Prince is gonna go for a revive on Nariman as well. He has to, you know, look forward to all the directions. But onto the other side, you can see Samita taking down 187 is not a wish.
Get eliminated.
Well, they do get eliminated right now, as you can see, the fight that happened. But Samita really close to Jelly. Well, Jelly goes down. Samita on low HP as well. Needs to heal up and needs to revive Jay. I mean, what sort of a difference will it make? As you can see, Max Legends gets eliminated. But now, talking about SDMC, they are spotted. They are spotted down from all the directions. And one good shot actually can take Sam down. And oh, that was brilliant. Bear Prince's last bullet does actually do the job or something. Well, Sam takes on Bear Marvel onto the other direction. And Prince's last bullet exactly takes on SDMC. Sam, somehow, SDMZ is surviving with just one player while two needs up a revive, and it's the fifth circle. Revivals are rare sometimes.
Yeah, revivals are definitely going to be rare, considering Sam is going to be spotted out by Prince and finished off Team Bear definitely off to a really good start. And it was Team Bear as well who finished off Max Legends over there. They skipped over the players of SDMZ. They knew who was the first priority. It was the players who can actually take a fight. They finished them off, and then taking on the players of SDMZ have managed to control a really good area. But now comes the challenge. Now comes the challenge of moving inside the circle. Are they going to be able to do that? NRC inside the house, right on the northern edge of the circle. They have the players of OPMF spotted out in front of them, but the fight is coming. The players of OPMF taken down by the play zone. Murray is going to be taken down. You need to pick up the kills if one shot even connects. That is the kill coming your way. Look at this. Mark Pen. OPMF, one player still surviving. It's Aksim who is still there behind the players of NRC. And if NRC are completely unaware about his position, he can put them in a lot of trouble.
No chance put up a first aid right now. It can be backstabbed by OPEX, by the players of Team Markman. NRC, no. Taking down X-Burn, so, and that kind of, you know, just makes up a tricky affair. But the zone kind of sounds like the same circle. Obviously,
could add on them. They don't have to move much to stay inside the cover. But the problem is in the fact that, well, they will have to fight a lot of teams that will head in their directions. The players of NRC still not out. Oh! What did...
Yeah. What? Now they do realize it, and now Marco goes down. I mean, he was... It happened, but Toxin on from him, but by the whole squads or by the grenade. He goes like, what's it gonna be? Revive. Sounds like the revive is just coming up as Marvin Mooma actually takes down as just by a grenade. Plus alive. Dino Salty out in the open a lot, and will it be on the team? He's still surviving, but for how long can he survive? Baron, the K9 shots, we know he uses it with perfection. Let's see if it can. if he can actually just...
For getting major chunk of the kills for his team, but he has to do it. 2 players surviving. Wally is not Team Seal Esports, so can they move forward in this game? Game longer than this. Moving.
Whoa!
Alright, so both the nades are gonna be thrown. And who is gonna connect? Alright, no chances right behind them. Baron actually connects and get out Anka. Another good nade can get him a knock. Anka is still standing in the direction, but no, the nade blows up a few seconds earlier than it should have. He has a lot of cover for him. The shots are gonna come in from Kazi. He spots out Zaki, but fails to get a knock on his opponent. No chance. In a world of trouble right now. It's a 2v2 situation that they have to deal with.
The bad part about Kazi playing right now is that he does not have a helmet, right? So one good shot to the head can actually clock play from Team Bear and finishes him down, has 9 bullets, and well, he goes down. That is the end of team. No chance right now. They did play really good. We talk about the previous game versus this game. Like yesterday was not a good game for them. But right now, let's see how the fights actually happen. Team Seal Baron still trying to get the players out as of now. I mean, Bear Prince is still out there. Seal Baron still has to do something. Can he just get that kill? He tries and he actually eliminates one squad. We are down to 5 teams. 13 players alive. Team Seal, 2 players still surviving.
Well, and we talked about Baron being a top fragger for his team. His team has 5 kills. He has 4 out of the 5. Making sure that his team makes it forward. But Markman Bobo, he was completely unaware by the players of NRC. Runs inside the house, gets taken out. The players of NRC, they are being revived. One more revive and it's going to be a 4 versus 4 situation. Markman Illusion trying to stop the players from charging in. He's inside the smoke right now. Amar in a really perfect position. One good grenade. And the team of Markman is going to be in so much trouble. They are pinned down inside that barn house. Absolutely no way for them to escape. And NRC is the team that is keeping them in there. There's an airdrop right there in front of these lads. Is anyone going to head there to take it, or is it already looted?
Sad news, bad news, after terribly mad news. That's one thing, and that is the circles arriving.
Yeah.
With the fights happening, these players will have to see, who do they obey first? Is it circle or is it the fights? Do they go inside the circle in the next zone? Because that's important. But hey, NRC Pablo has been brought it down. But onto the other side, Macman Luch also goes on a Mars grenade. So somehow it's a win-lose fight that is happening on both directions. Amar is really close. He wants to just barge in onto the areas and now the circle. But as of now, obviously, that's just one thing. The zone coming up. It is a 3v3 situation in which Mark Pimpels and the smoke right next to him might as well just fade away slowly and steadily. But Seal Baron is just a bit behind. He knows it's not going to be a car fight, the car 98 fight. It's going to be an AR fight, so that's what he has to have.
Pasta did something out of the extraordinary. Usually the players just try and stay in as long as they can communicate with their teammate. Pasta is like, this is a waste of time. Just went into the blue zone. He's like, I'm still going to talk to you guys.
He's like, there's no surviving, right?
Yeah.
But right now, Seal Baron takes an NRC Pablo, so that's the fight that is happening onto the other direction. Seal Baron is like, he has been spotted down. He has been taken down right now. It's down to Zaki. For how long can Zaki survive? And Baron is still trying to just, crawl down to his teammate. But as you can see, Markman is trying to take down the players. They do. Illusion is creating an illusion for the players of NRC, and NRC gets down, and now it's just one player surviving. Markman wins again. This is the second in the first game. Erangel.
As I said, they ended yesterday with an amazing moment. Performance they have compared to yesterday.
Yesterday's first game was in chicken. Today's first game is the way the team has
I confused the Erangels yesterday.
I figured that out pretty much. But well, 11 kills, 26 total points. Again, they are slowly and steadily climbing up. That's a brilliant thing. That's a really good thing. But that climb, it's like one thing.
Yeah.
The first game always goes good. Second game is where they sometimes fall down. If they can make it in top 3, like the way they used to play previously, they can just get this one.
I think they're going to move even further ahead than that, because last time in the group stages, that's the only thing was lacking, right? They weren't able to finish up the game. But now they are finishing the games a lot more frequently.
I mean, damage and time was even better. Obviously, the team surviving in top 3, top 2, something like that. So that was something that was needed. And talking about Team Seal, 2 players, Baron and Zaki, actually took a hold of the entire, like not the entire game, but a major chunk of the game.
Definitely, because 2 players were already finished off. Now these 2 lads had to first, go back a couple of minutes in this matchup when they were in the ditch close to those cannons, close to those mortar cannons, and they had to fight the players of No Chance that were coming in from the back lines. So that was an amazing fight. But having a look at the top players, and definitely the man making the illusions and messing with his opponent's minds, Illusion, I think he also deserves a lot of praise in this match, because I think him and Momo pretty much close out this entire game.
I mean, finishing out on a lot of good things is what Mark Penn has done right now. As of now, Momo was out there as well. Team Bear, if we talk about that team, you know, they were taking good fights when the circle was actually out in the open. It was not exactly in the open, but when they were, you know, just trying to get inside the circle, they tried to take a good fight. We're talking about Pelzang, he was there with maximum assists. Steel Zaki with the longest distance travel. Obviously depends. Team Steel started off out from the mansion side. The mansion shelter split, and they tried to get inside the circle right from a major rotation behind the zone. So
yeah, definitely amazing rotations for them. And I mean, it was quite tricky for them to make it work, because they were always rotating late. I mean, if you remember when we had the map in front of us over in the second circle, they were still outside it, and then they had to make their way in, and still they managed to be in the center of the circle somehow. But match rankings in front of us, 26 points. To Markman points, NRC with 16, Bear with 13. So the major chunk of the competitions for Markman are still in there within the top 4. It's just one team that has actually faltered out. It is Team SEAL9, who were the first ones to be eliminated.
I mean, it was Team SEAL9 that did eliminate right off the bat, as you could see, Team and SDMZ as well, with no kills to their name. 187 did have one, but the circle was, you know, troubling them a lot, while Team Bear was not a good performance though, but they would want to come back, because obviously it's like second, third game is theirs mostly, so we'll still have to see how that thing just, you know, pans out with everything.
Yeah, definitely. And talking about things panning out, it is going to be open position. And that is when everyone knew each other's position, but there was not enough cover. You were able to fight it out.
I mean, there were so many teams. You could see, let's start from 800-ish damage. Let's start from 700 damage. Yeah. Team Dino was out there. SDZ was out there, like with decent damage numbers for themselves. Talking about the fact that they had 3 and 4 kills for them, right? So that matters. But talking about there was SDMZ with 627 damage and no kill. That means, you know, the concept of good fights and bad fights, it still stays out here. And talking about Seal and NRC, 6 kills each, but the damage stat was just a bit onto the variable side.
Yeah, and it was going to be variable.
How do you spot someone, and how do you take that?
Plus, with the positions of the teams, I mean, as we did see it happening, even if you spot and take someone down, someone else is actually finishing them off. So the kill count over there can take a bit of downpour moments of this match, and I think most of them we are going to be able to see in the last few stages. This was quite interesting. XP Range is just losing out on one play as soon as the game starts.
Yeah, but then this is where the major chunk of fights just started happening, right? As the teams were trying to rotate onto the back end sides, and the team that had the area, that was Markman, they actually had the best area for themselves. But talking about OPM, well, they did eliminate one team, and then, you know, getting inside the circle was one thing that was just onto the other side of them, and Max Legends, this is where the elimination happened.
And if you remember, Markman actually backed off from Pochinki. They were the first team to back off from that city area. When we did see them come face to face, I think it was with the players of XP Rangers, and then they sort of just completely avoided the fight when we saw Momo getting shot at. He was in his information. He had the information of where Salty was. He had the information of where the players of NRC were exactly positioned. If you remember, Hazim just getting out from behind that tank and taking a few shots. He was clearly spotted out. So information is always going to be key, and it leads you to victory.
It does, and it did lead them to victory. We'll just talk about this one. But if we talk about the victory, you know, just staying at the top is good, but you know, you kind of need to do a lot to just stay there, because sometimes it's boring, sometimes it's fun. It just depends on how you are going with the perception of the game and what's at stake. Right now, with everything at stake, I mean, all these teams have to give their 100%.
I mean, but as you said,
แซ่บกว่าลาบหน้าปากซอยก็เรานี่แหละ เล่นด้วยกันรอบนี้คิดจะลงมาในใจเราบ้างเปล่าอ่ะหลงไปเลยหลงไปเลย
with the .104 seal down with, as you were in the top two, now you're at the third position, and you know, well, this is not the final, this was not the final game though, but if that would have happened, that's the difference it would have created in the first, second, cause two slots for the qualification. That's how it is. Muck went with 2 chicken dinners now, they're at 83, but they need more.
Well, definitely need more. But, I mean, look at this. So, 83 points tied up with Team Bear. But now, Ocean, we are sort of seeing the difference arise between the teams that we believe can actually qualify, and the teams that will be left behind. Because look at this, HB Rangers with 74 points, the team below them with another mediocre 60-point performance, and then we have OPEX with 63 points sitting on the 9th position. So these teams are really far behind from the competition unless they start getting chicken dinners consistently or start finishing within the top 3 in every single match from now on. They won't have the opportunity to even contest for the top 2.
Probably, that is true. I mean, just as we were saying, the third day, today's day, it's the day that should go for the comebacks for a few teams, and tomorrow, day after tomorrow, just try and hold it. Because day after tomorrow is the last day of the business. Whatever you do, whatever thing you can actually, just have it. You gotta have it today and tomorrow only. Day after tomorrow, it's like for the prize pool for your 16. You can try to be in 8, top 5, something like that, just to get a good chunk of the prize money, something like that. If you're in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you can try and climb up more. But it's still a tricky affair.
It is still going to be a tricky affair, but so is the next match, ladies and gentlemen. So the map is live and the trajectory of the plane. Charmy area. Yesterday there were 3 for some reason. 187 is still going there along with Team Seal. There is a team in Painan. 2 teams. 1.5 team heading towards the boot camp area, since we do see Aladdin and the other lad take an exit.
1.5 teams is going down. Well, that happened, but right now as you can see, 187. We were talking about the team, right? The contestation that they might have happened, actually just taking the player of Team Seal, and Zaki is still out there. Uzi, alright, so they have an Uzi now. I thought Pistol might just not, from my personal past experiences, I know Pistol is not a good weapon to start off the game. If your opponent, has some. At that moment, Pistol does the damage that is needed.
Wasn't it the World League Season 0 where we saw the Pistol Eagle action? Was that World League?
I mean, the usage of, because that it comprises of 0.45 ACP now is where players. Along that, like no one uses, like even if like
I would say Thompson and UMP. Both the weapons are sort of they work close to mid-range.
Good old PUBG and UMP 9. Those were the days. I mean, talking about UMP 9, people used to use it so much.
So basically the Wild West where anything goes.
Yeah, and that was like talk about LMR, and if we talk about the Sanok circle, you can see the circle has started forming already onto Sanok, as that's the 60-second delay rule as the circle just forms up, and that's the circle's formation as of now. And if we just talk about all the other things that slowly and steadily just increasing with itself, that's how we'll be seeing the damage as the players will be outside the circle in the Sanok. Damage will be happening steadily. It just increases, but you can see an RCMR, the plus happening or something. I mean, he
was alone and he was knocked. Didn't that was some other player. That was a player from
you never. Know what happens.
And there's no kill in the game.
Well,
probably just not. Yesterday itself back, but again it's nothing. There was absolutely no one.
Hey. You have to be serious. I mean, you can have fun being serious.
Had this been like later on in the game, had this been like 14-15 minutes in, definitely no one is going to attempt that. It's 5 minutes in. On Sanok, the game has just started.
Yeah, the team is like, hey, come here, I'll show you something. And
done that to a lot of people.
We've done that. I mean, be a bad team. It's something. But when Mark win the team's action, 5. It's almost 6 p.m. Dictator goes down, but Moray takes down Illusion. Mark Penn's taking up a fight. Mark Penn's taking up a brilliant fight. And onto the side of boot camp, the fight was happening. The players were going down.
Yeah, the players were definitely going down. Mark Pen Illusio has been knocked out, but the players are looking for a revive for their teammate. But Pilzang, he is in the front lines. He's trying to stop the aggression coming in from the side of OPEX. Is he going to be able to do that? Has a nade, has Tommy gun on him. Have been. This could have been a bad. It's going to be a 4-man Mark Pen for PMF off guard. But he needs to be careful. Aksim is quite close, and this is...
To see OPMF actually Oxium, but the thing is, Team Bear is close corners as they are not in the minimap. It's where they are, but Pelzang takes down another one. It's one player surviving that. Or what's going to happen? As you can see, the players just moving on. Illusion taking up an M4 and just moving up forward into 1v1 fight, and he takes down and wipe coming up. But Team away, Markpin. Now this team is talking the game with...
They are definitely talking game at this point, but moving forward, Dino is in some trouble. Fantastic has been taken down. He has been finished off by Senior, who is just lying on the ground taking those shots. Dino, Salty and Lee in the back lines right now. Salty has a rock for cover, but they're still cut off from their own teammate, because look at where Ghosty is. He's on the, basically on the low ground, along with the players of Team C9. Alright, Salty steps out. He's going to be taken down. Lee is still there for the revive, but Senior, the entire squad of basically C9, and they are not...
Senior actually wishes he was invisible right now, because he has to do something is just go back to his teammates, just try to give a good cover or something like that.
Not just that, I mean, if C9 actually decide to rush on Lee and Salt, then Ghostly actually can turn things around for him. Inky, he's trying to keep an eye on his opponents again, one after the other. There is absolutely no opening being given to the players of because every single time they step out, they get knocked.
They do get knocked right onto these areas. Talking about P2R, look at them just moving up forward, and they can backstab Team Dino, and Team Dino will not be ready for this one. Salty, he's just moving on to the back side, but he is not going to like what he sees when P2R will be right onto their corners. Salty wants to be one with the nature, but does the snake bite bad? Because the thing is, it's only two snakes out there. That's Lee and Salty. Well, Ghostly's still on to the other direction. That's one thing. The grenade from B2R was almost about to hit the own teammates.
But do you think this is actually wise? Because, well, we have seen how much pressure Dino has been taking from the team of C9, and since B2R are here now, they're going to take that pressure.
So this is the thing. They know they cannot take the fight against S9 because that's far away. Might as well try and, just... Let's try it. They know it.
Get a few points.
Do a bit of damage on Salty as well. So now that's one thing. And B2 Krieger, well, they're just trying to have a really good area from this direction. If they right now. Rush, but well, is this right? Only he did try, but he goes down as of now. He will be finishing. Nino Salty's up.
Too much.
It's going to be a bit tough because he is going to do everything. He has to be one with the nature and has to move inside the circle.
Definitely going to be a risky job. Plus, he can't go for a direct rotation now that he's all alone and is the last player surviving for his team. But look at this. So we have XB Rangers on our screen right now. Have a good couple of huts for themselves and right next to them. XB Rangers do need to be careful, otherwise be charged upon, and since the players are a little bit spread apart from each other, Max Legends can actually take advantage of the situation, finishing one player, taking their position, moving on to the other, finishing them off, taking their position, and then rinsing and repeating the process until the entire squad of X.
That's just one thing. That's the way the fights have been. The previous game, the team got eliminated on what, 15, 14 squad, but obviously they had the kill points for themselves. In this game, they would want to just the circle, then circle's still just moving up, but they can get inside the circle because there's this one team of B2R. Mark Penn is actually on a different role. Now Nisal has been spotted down as well. It's just a matter of seconds to just spot someone and say enemies ahead and just try and take that fight into their own hands. But Mark Penn, Pilsang has been spotted down. He goes down. He needs to be finished, but no. still surviving. Markpen, the players are going down by SDZ in down. Illusion finishes him. Markpen Illusion has 3 kills and it create a lot of chaos. But now the revive, that's going to be a troublesome situation. For sure trying to look them down. Now it has been taken.
You are going to go over aggressive for no reason at all.
I mean, this does happen out. But the thing is, it just bounced back.
Yeah, it hit the edge of the wall and bounced back, and even he barely managed to avoid it. But Checo has the Scarl in his hand.
They're going to be planning this. Like, you can long jump can actually take you down badly with the direction from which they are going. Team Seals out. Fantastic. Oh, it's bad for Team Dino now. Some decent number for themselves. We're talking about SDZ. 1067. Like, that team was also not shying away from the fights, even though they had just 3 kills.
Yeah, definitely not shying away. And SDZ also, I mean, it was a stressed out fight they were part of. But look at 187 Esports. 618 damage dished out, but no kill.
Because I still remember Nafu and Nare.
It could have been a much better stance for the team. I mean, they had the advantage.
Hello and off, of course, day 2 where indeed the teams have already taken off and about the southern island of military base.
Yeah, I mean, judging by the areas and looking through everything, you can see how this are right now, right? OPEX has just had a really good area for themselves in our as well.
Out in their favor. We are going to have this, but of course, as you look on to the left, the entirety of hospital, you're looking at S9 Senor, and both the players
see a vehicle just pretty close, right? And you know how it just comes on. Well, this is a combination that I sometimes just feel like an OCD thing. Level 3 helmet and level 1 vest, because level 3, because that just makes you. Like I can take a lot of damage as well. Just trying to take that DP in the hands, the control of the DP. It's going to be a good gun. It is a pretty good as well. We'll still have to see where it's just still out here. Just trying to take all the things for himself and one.
who are very close to OP disarray because they need to, if at all, that fight takes down.
Team Dino. You can take more, but then, looking about this one, the first team to get.
But alongside that, it seems like CLX players are divided.
To look up, no, I won't be surprised because this team A bad thing.
their favor. They are going to try and get, of course, No Chance, because No Chance knows that there was a team there, but now with so many smokes being utilized, they have no idea exactly where will OPX be moving down towards. And with that, a perfect grenade being notched across the side of OPX has resulted.
It's one play, Anka. How long can he survive? OPX's Munsif goes down as Madrox is also on low HP. But Anka, he wanted to give up a revive. He's going for the revive. Kazi does not have a helmet though, you could mention, but the thing is,
To our horse with 5